Have you ever wondered if some of the small, everyday things you do might actually be speeding up the aging process? Things that once helped you feel safe, organized, or efficient may now quietly be holding you back. As we grow older, certain habits that once made sense can gradually wear down our strength, energy, and confidence without us even realizing. Until one day, you're feeling more tired than usual. You're forgetting simple things, or you catch yourself avoiding plans you once looked forward to. But here's the truth. There's no shame in that. The real problem is no one talks about it until the damage has already been done. In this video, we're going to uncover 6 unexpected habits you might need to rethink not because someone told you to change, but because letting go of these patterns might just help you feel more alive, mobile, and independent than you have in years. These aren't dramatic lifestyle overhauls. They're subtle routines, easy to fall into, even easier to overlook. But adjusting them now can make a world of difference. So, stay with us until the very end, because chances are you'll see yourself in a few of these habits, and you'll walk away with simple shifts that can restore your sense of clarity and control. And before we dive into the first one, if you haven't subscribed yet, now's the perfect time. Hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a moment of the encouraging, practical content we create just for you. Now, let's begin. Habits and 1. Skipping strength-based movement. After 70, it might seem like a good idea to take it easy. Your knees ache a bit, your back isn't as flexible, and the idea of lifting anything heavier than a grocery bag can feel risky. So you slow down, rest more, and assume that less movement equals safety. But what feels like protection might actually be quietly reducing your strength, balance, and freedom. The truth is, your muscles are your greatest ally in maintaining independence, and past 70, muscle loss, called sarcopenia, accelerates unless you actively resist it. That doesn't mean you need to pump iron at the gym. It just means you need to use what you already have consistently. Let me tell you about Harold. He's 83 now. A couple of years ago, he stopped doing most forms of movement after slipping in his garage. Understandably, he was afraid of falling again, but the less he moved, the more he needed help doing even basic tasks. His confidence crumbled. Then a family friend who's a rehab nurse encouraged him to try 5-minute routines, just standing from a chair, without pushing off, lifting a pair of soup cans, and balancing on one foot by the kitchen sink. At first, it was frustrating. But within a few weeks, Harold noticed a difference. His legs steadier, his grip stronger, his breathing calmer. And what really changed wasn't just his strength, it was his sense of dignity. Movement isn't just physical. It's deeply emotional. It tells your body, I'm still here, I'm still capable, and I'm choosing not to fade away quietly. Every squat, stretch, or lift is an act of defiance against decline. You don't need to move mountains. You just need to move intentionally, because when your body feels strong, your mind follows. And here's something no one tells you. Most people don't notice. They're losing muscle until it's already affected their life. It creeps in silently, taking the form of shortness of breath, needing help from the armrest, or feeling winded climbing stairs. But the earlier you notice, the more you can do to reverse it. If you want to keep doing what you love for as long as possible, don't wait for it to get worse. Start small, stay consistent, and remind yourself, this body has carried me through a lifetime. The least I can do is keep it moving. If you're still here, and this is hitting home, drop a G1 in the comments to let us know. And don't forget, subscribe and turn on the bell icon so you never miss a video that's designed to support, inform, and uplift you. Habits and 2. Eating like you're still in your... It's easy to hold on to the eating habits you've trusted for decades. 3 hearty meals a day, your favorite comfort dishes, and a rhythm that's become second nature. It's familiar, it's comforting, and it used to work. But here's what most people over 70 don't realize. Your body's operating system has changed, and your meals need to change with it. Your metabolism isn't as fast. Digestion might be a bit slower, and your body now needs more nutrients in less volume. But what happens? Many still eat out of habit instead of hunger. Same portions, same frequency, same foods. Over time, this can lead to weight gain, energy crashes, and a sluggish sense of well-being that sneaks up gradually. Let's talk about Elaine. She's 76. For years, she stuck to her same routine. Breakfast at 8, a big lunch, and dinner with dessert. She never gave it much thought. But lately, she noticed something was off. Feeling bloated after meals, energy dips in the afternoon, and her sleep wasn't as restful. Her doctor didn't hand her a strict diet. Instead, he simply asked her to listen to her body. She made small changes, slightly smaller portions, more vegetables. She swapped heavy red meats for fish a couple of nights a week. Within weeks, the difference was night and day. More energy, clearer thinking, and even fewer. This isn't about restriction, it's about adjustment. You don't need to deprive yourself. You just need to understand that what once worked for your younger body might not serve you now. The beauty of this stage of life is that you can be intentional with what you feed yourself, not out of fear, but out of respect. Imagine your meals as medicine, each bite supporting your bones, your heart, your brain, choosing foods that love you back. And that doesn't mean flavorless plates or complicated diets. It means choosing smart, simple, nutrient-rich meals that keep you energized and satisfied. Think of this as evolving, not restricting. Just like you don't wear the same shoes from 30 years ago, your plate shouldn't look the same either. With age comes wisdom, and that includes being wiser about how you fuel your body. If this resonates with you, take a moment and type, and if you haven't yet, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. Your support means we can continue to create videos that help you live well, age strong, and feel your very best. Habits in 3. Slowly pulling away from social connection. One of the quietest habits that tends to sneak in after 70 is social withdrawal, not in a dramatic way, but through small, steady steps. Maybe you cancel more plans than you used to. Maybe phone calls get shorter. Maybe you tell yourself it's just easier to stay in, that you don't want to be a burden, or that people have their own lives to live. At first, it feels like peace, but slowly, the quiet begins to weigh heavy. The days blend together, motivation dips, and a sense of loneliness creeps in. Not always as sadness, but as a dull fog over everything you once enjoyed. What many don't realize is that isolation doesn't just affect the heart, it affects the mind and the body too. Let me introduce you to Darlene. She's 81, and after her best friend passed, she told herself she was fine being alone. She stopped going to weekly gatherings, avoided church potlucks, and began spending most days inside. Over time, her memory became foggy, her mood flattened, and she couldn't quite figure out why. It wasn't until her niece encouraged her to join a community book club that something shifted. At first, she resisted. But week by week, the laughter, the stories, and the feeling of being seen began to awaken something in her. She didn't realize how deeply she had missed being part of something until she was back in it. You don't need to be at every event or join every group. But human connection, whether a coffee chat with a neighbor, a call to an old friend, or a short conversation after church, is not optional for thriving. It is emotional nourishment. It reminds you that you matter, that your voice is still important, that you're still part of the world. And here's something important. Connection isn't just about you. When you show up, even in a small way, you're reminding others that they're not alone either. So if you've been feeling a little distant lately, consider this a loving nudge. Reach out. Even once a week. A 5-minute call. A smile at the store. A friendly text. Those small ripples bring you back to life. If this spoke to your heart, type None 3 in the comments below. And remember to subscribe and tap that bell icon. These messages are here to help you feel supported, seen, and inspired to live fully, right where you are. Habit 10-4. Dismissing small health concerns. It's incredibly common, after 70, to brush off minor health symptoms. A little dizziness, a flutter in the chest, a vague sense of tiredness. It's easy to say, it's probably nothing. Or that's just part of getting older. You don't want to worry anyone. You're tired of doctor visits, and frankly, you've learned to tolerate discomfort. But here's the truth. What seems small now could be your body's way of whispering something important. The danger is that those whispers can turn into roars if ignored. A tingle in the feet might signal nerve issues. Slight memory lapses could hint at early cognitive changes. Even something like light swelling could be your heart waving a flag. The problem, these signals are easy to overlook until they're not. Let me share Lionel's story. At 79, he considered himself tough. He rarely saw a doctor and chalked everything up to just aging. But when his vision blurred one morning and he stumbled getting out of bed, his daughter insisted on a checkup. The result: early-stage diabetes and elevated blood pressure. Catching it when they did made all the difference. Within a month, small changes to his diet and daily walks helped him stabilize everything without needing heavy medication. Lionel later admitted that his greatest mistake wasn't the health issue. It was waiting too long to speak up. There's a difference between being strong and being stubborn. Listening to your body isn't weakness, it's wisdom. And getting something checked out early isn't being paranoid. It's giving yourself a better shot at healing and freedom. No one knows your body better than you. When something feels off, trust that instinct. Ask questions. Get a second opinion, if you need to. And if a medical professional brushes you off, don't accept it. Advocate for yourself. You've spent your life looking after others. Now it's time to look after you. Because every symptom caught early gives you a choice, a chance. And that's something truly worth holding on to. If this message resonated, type "4" in the comments to let me know you're here. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss these helpful insights designed to help you stay informed, empowered, and well. Habits 5. Relying only on memory instead of writing things down. There's a quiet confidence that comes with remembering everything in your head. Birthdays, appointments, even what time to take your medication. For much of your life, that memory served you well. So, when someone suggests writing things down or using a reminder, it can feel unnecessary, maybe even like admitting defeat. But the truth is, as we age, short-term memory naturally becomes less reliable. Not because something's wrong, but because your brain is juggling more than ever. What once was easy, like remembering if you already took your morning pills, can now come with doubt. And that moment of uncertainty, it matters. Especially when medications are involved. Taking the wrong dose or missing one entirely can affect your health more than you might realize. But here's the good news. Creating a simple system is not a sign of forgetfulness. It's a sign of strength and wisdom. Let's talk about Clarence. He's 74 and prided himself on never needing a calendar. But after he forgot a cardiology appointment and once accidentally doubled up on his medication, he knew something had to change. At first, he resisted, but eventually, he started keeping a small notebook and using alarms on his phone. Not only did it prevent mistakes, it also lifted a huge weight off his mind. Clarence said it gave him peace. He could stop rehearsing tasks in his head and finally focus on enjoying his day. Your mind is valuable real estate. Instead of crowding it with to-do lists, free it up by using visual aids, like sticky notes on the fridge, a medication box with days of the week, or even digital reminders on your phone. These tools are not crutches, they're your allies. They're how you protect your health, your routine, and your independence. Most people are surprised by how freeing it feels. You're no longer wondering, did I already do that? Or what time was that appointment? You know, you see it, You trust it. And that trust builds confidence. So, if you're still trying to do it all in your head, ask yourself, is it really working for you? Or could writing it down give you more freedom than you think? If this landed with you, comment and make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so we can keep supporting your journey toward a simpler, healthier life. One smart habit at a time. Habits in 6. Avoiding technology altogether. One of the most limiting habits that many fall into after 70 is deciding that technology just isn't for me. Maybe you've tried once or twice and felt overwhelmed. Maybe you're afraid of breaking something. Or maybe you've told yourself, I've gotten by this long without it. Why start now? It's understandable. Technology changes fast. But here's the reality. Shutting it out entirely can slowly shrink your world more than you realize. Learning just a few basic tools can actually make life easier, safer, and more connected. And no, this doesn't mean signing up for social media or buying the latest gadget. It can be as simple as setting medication reminders on your phone, checking your appointment schedule digitally, or learning to send a quick message to your loved ones. Let me tell you about Irene. She's 78, and for years, she asked her son to help with anything tech-related, refilling prescriptions, checking weather updates, even reading emails. Eventually, she felt embarrassed and a little dependent. But everything changed when her granddaughter patiently showed her how to use a simple app that tracked her doctor visits and reminded her to take her vitamins. At first, it was clunky. She made mistakes, but within weeks, she was doing it all on her own and feeling more confident than she had in years. That's the magic no one tells you about. It's not about mastering technology. It's about reclaiming your independence. Every time you learn something new, your world gets a little bigger. You're able to take back control over things you once had to rely on others for. And here's another truth. You're not too old. You're not behind. You're just learning, just like everyone else once did. And the best part? You don't have to do it alone. Ask a grandchild, a neighbor, or someone at your local community center to walk you through it. Most people are more than happy to help you. Just have to ask. Because that small leap into the unknown, it might be the key to more freedom, more safety, and more connection than you thought possible. If this inspired you, comment. And remember to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss out on the support, encouragement, and guidance we love sharing with you. Now that we've explored these 6 quiet but powerful habits, take a moment and ask yourself, which ones do I recognize in my own life? Which ones surprised me? Aging doesn't come with a manual. No one hands you a new guidebook at 70 and says, here's how to thrive now. So it's no wonder we stick with the familiar, even when it starts to weigh us down. But here's what matters most. It's never too late to change. You don't need a full life overhaul. Just one small shift, one habit, let go, one choice made with intention, can create a ripple that transforms your daily experience. Whether it's adding movement back into your routine, eating with more awareness, reconnecting with people, paying attention to your body's signals, writing things down, or giving technology a chance. You're not giving up your comfort. You're reclaiming your power. Let me tell you about Henry. He's 86. He didn't change everything overnight. But he picked one thing: walking to the mailbox and back every morning. That walk led to healthier meals. That led to clearer thinking. That led to reconnecting with his son. And soon, his days looked nothing like the ones before. All because he decided to do something. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be willing. Willing to try. Willing to grow. Willing to believe that this chapter of your life isn't the end, it's just another beautiful, powerful beginning. And most importantly, you matter. Your health matters. Your voice matters. Your happiness and well-being still deserve care, attention, and effort every single day. So, which of these habits are you ready to release? What step will you take toward a life that feels more free, more energized, more you? Leave a comment below. and share what stood out to you. Which habit are you going to work on? What's one thing you'll do differently starting today? We read every comment, and your story might be exactly what someone else needs to hear. And if you found this video helpful or inspiring, please take a moment to like, subscribe, and share it with someone you care about. Your support allows us to keep creating content that speaks to your heart and strengthens your journey. We're honored to walk this path with you. And remember, some of your best days are still ahead.